Good morning. Here it comes. A major winter storm on the move, set to wreak havoc on the holiday weekend. 51 million people on alert. Heavy snow expected from the Midwest to New England. A dangerous blast of ice in the south. Al has everything we need to know. Blocked. The Supreme Court dismissing the White House's vaccine mandate for the workplace. But this morning, some major companies pushing back, announcing they still plan on making workers get that shot. So what does it mean for you? We'll bring you the very latest. Fatal blow overnight, a new setback for President Biden's push to get a voting rights bill through Congress after a face-to-face with two Democratic holdouts fails to move that needle. Straight ahead, where does the fight go from here? Breaking overnight, down under and out. Australia cancels Novak Djokovic's visa again as attorneys for the tennis star head to court to fight his removal from the country. Those stories plus stunning rebuke, the Queen stripping Prince Andrew of his royal and military titles as he now prepares to face a sex abuse lawsuit as a private citizen. We are live at Buckingham Palace with what it all means for the royal family. And happy anniversary. We are celebrating 70 years of Today.
I really believe begins a new kind of television.
From the iconic events that changed the world to memorable moments and lots of laughter.
I love you.
Join us as we look back and toast an American institution. Today, Friday, January 14th, 2022.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today, 70th Anniversary, with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today. This is January 14th, the official moment, the official start, the 70th anniversary of Today. We were so hoping Savannah would make it in. She's still recovering from COVID. She will join us from home in just a little bit. But we are in the middle of honoring this incredible milestone, and we're going to do it all morning
Yes,
long.
we are. Yes, we are. We're going to look back at the many memorable moments over the past 7 decades. And we're also going to share a few special surprises along the way, including this. Check this out. You are looking live at the iconic Empire State Building. It is decked out in Today orange in honor of our big anniversary.
Yeah, Carson and Al and I were lucky enough. We flipped that switch yesterday. It was so much fun. We're going to show you more of that later. But we do want to begin with a look back at today's timeline. So it was 7 a.m. on this day right now, 1952, when Today first went live from the RCA Exhibition Hall on the street level of Rockefeller Center. Dave Garroway was the host of that very first broadcast. And before Dave, most stations, they just showed test patterns during this hour.
13 years later, Today would be broadcast for the very first time entirely in color. The famous NBC Peacock logo kicking off the show every morning.
Now let's fast forward to 1974. Barbara Walters became the first female anchor of the show. Now she started 10 years earlier. She was working as a writer and reporter. And despite all of her big interviews, all the breaking stories she covered, she was not allowed to be co-host until the mid-70s.
8 years later, Bryant Gumbel joined Jane Pauley at the anchor desk, becoming this show's first African-American host.
Let's head to 1994. Today went back to the future. Bryant and Katie, they opened up the plaza to our beloved crowd, and they brought back that window on the world. It was such a staple of the show's early days. So get this, in a memo leading up to today's debut, NBC executive Pat Weaver wrote that the goal was for America to be well-informed, amused, to be lightened in spirit and in heart, and to be reinforced in inner resolution through knowledge. So look at us, 70 years later. That is still our goal.
Every morning for 70 years. And on that note, let us start this morning with our top story, that massive winter storm that is going to impact tens of millions over the days ahead, all across the eastern half of this country.
Of course, Al Roker. He's our man in the know. It's so good to see you on our 70th. Hey, Al, morning.
Good morning. Wish we had better news to start things off, but here's where we stand.
Man,
what a bucket list moment.
And such an historic day. And like we were saying, it's about, we've been talking a lot on camera, but we have people who've been on this show forever. Davey Auerbach, just step here for 1 second. Davey Auerbach has been here for 34 years.
Let's take your mask off.
Just for a second.
He's only 40 years old. Oh, no, put it back on.
And your dad was a stage manager,
yes, he
too,
was a
just
stage
like
manager in the late 50s, early 60s. I used to have to go in the backyard while my dad took a nap.
Your children have to work here now? Is that a prerequisite?
No. Simon's coming.
Well, we want to give a toast to all the Davies out there. We have a great crew who has contributed to this show over the past 70 years. Should we raise a glass, guys?
Yeah, and the staff that's not here, all the people in the control room, all the crew here, all the talent that's not here, our correspondents
and how about
across the globe.
And
there they are.
There's our control
They make
room.
the show.
We see you, Pete. We see you, Erica. We see you, Maz. We see you, Savannah Guthrie.
That's right.
Nothing
SG.
is bumming us out more.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, wrong bottle.
Our North Star.
Let's raise a glass, you guys, to a wonderful program that we all get to be a part of. Like we said, keep the seats warm.
Yes.
Savannah Guthrie, here's to you, honey bunch. We can't
Cheers,
wait for you to
SG.
come
Love you.
back.
You guys, I love you.
Cheers to everyone.
And a big thanks to all of you who have been watching us at home for 70 years. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your family.
Coming into your home.
Should we keep celebrating?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is celebrating.
We're going to keep this thing going on the
party
third
on.
and fourth hours. By the way, we also encourage you to check out our Today at 70 special on Today All Day.
We're going to talk more about what's made today such an American institution. You can even watch the very first edition from this day, back in 1952. That's going to start streaming at 10 a.m. Just head to today.com.
Pretty cool. All right, guys, what a fun birthday. It's fun
Cheers
celebrating
again,
with you.
guys.
Cheers again.
Thanks, everybody. for
Cheers,
watching.
guys. First, a look at your local news and weather.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.